My husband said he was on a business trip. I believed him. Until my 9-year-old son walked into the living room, handed me a folder and said, "Mom, Dad is living a double life. And she's pregnant." He hacked his father's iCloud, found the truth, made a video, told the world. And what happened next? No one could have seen coming. When the people closest to you break your heart, it's not the betrayal that hurts most. It's the silence that follows. For years I played the role of the loyal wife, smiling through tears, raising our child alone while my husband traveled the world, building a life that excluded us. But I wasn't the only one watching. Our son Liam, just 9 years old, saw everything. The late nights, the unanswered calls, the faked laughter. He saw his mother slowly fading. And one day he decided to act. This story isn't just about a cheating husband. It's about the courage of a child who refused to let lies define his family. And the incredible moment that shook our lives and the internet forever. This is the story of what happened when my husband wasn't home. And you won't believe what my son did then. Hello, beloved people. Welcome back to ZITA'S Stories, the home of powerful, emotional, and unforgettable tales that touch the heart and open the eyes. If this is your first time here, I'm so glad you found us. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell, because here we don't just tell stories, we change lives through them. Now, today's story is not just another emotional drama. It's deep, it's raw, and it's something every parent, every child, every married person needs to hear. What happens when a child decides he can't take the lies anymore? Stay with me, because this story will shock you, inspire you, and maybe heal something in you too. Let's dive into My Husband Wasn't Home. You won't believe what my son did then. The empty side of the bed. The first time I noticed it, I thought I was overthinking. It was 8:36 p.m. The pasta was going cold on the table. I had just lit the scented candle, his favorite vanilla lavender blend, and set the dining table for 3. A little glass of sparkling water for me, apple juice for our son Liam, and a wine glass that remained untouched. "My husband's not home again," I muttered, trying to keep my voice light as I texted him for the 3rd time. "Dinner's ready. Are you coming?" No response. Liam sat quietly across from me, his elbows on the table, pushing broccoli around his plate. "He's probably stuck at work again," I said. "Maybe another late meeting." But even I didn't believe it. In the last few weeks, Zachary, my husband of 12 years, had become a shadow. He left before dawn, came back past midnight, and smelled more like hotel soap than his usual cologne. Conversations were now 2-word exchanges. Intimacy had gone cold. And Liam, our bright, observant 10-year-old, had gone silent. That night, as I cleared the untouched wine glass, Liam said something that would echo in my mind for days. "Mom, if Dad doesn't live here anymore, can I have his side of the bed?" The night of the unexpected visitor. 2 days later it rained. Hard. Liam and I were watching old home videos in the living room. Christmases, birthdays, beach trips, when there was a knock at the door. A strange woman stood in the rain, holding a soaked umbrella and a crying toddler. Can I speak to you?" she asked in a British accent, trembling. "I'm looking for Zachary Monroe." My heart dropped. "Yes, I'm his wife." She swallowed. I'm his fiancé. He proposed to me 3 weeks ago. In London." Time slowed. Vain. Screaming toddler. Lightning. Liam's frozen expression. And my world crumbled. My son's silence. Liam didn't say a word for the next 48 hours. Not at breakfast. Not during school drop-off. Not when I tucked him in. He wasn't angry. He was processing. Meanwhile, Zachary's lies unraveled faster than I could keep up with. Secret London trips. Second apartment. An engagement ring purchased from Tiffany's. The woman, Isabel, was just as shocked as I was. She had no idea he was married. She was a nurse. We live. 3 months pregnant. I should have cried more. But I didn't. My body went into survival mode. But Liam, he didn't shed a tear. He was planning something. I just didn't know what. The missing boy. The police arrived at 2:17 p.m. the following Saturday. "Mrs. Monroe, your son Liam has gone missing." I screamed. He had told me he was going to the library. He even took a lunchbox. How could he just vanish? We searched the neighborhood. Schools, parks. I couldn't breathe. Until 6 hours later, when a reporter called. "Ma'am, I think you need to see this." He sent me a link. CNN breaking news. 10-year-old boy delivers viral speech on broken homes and truth. Click. And there he was, William, standing in front of the Supreme Court steps in Washington, D.C., holding a microphone, with hundreds watching. The speech that shocked the nation. He wore his Sunday suit, his little tie crooked, serious. He stood beside a cardboard sign that read, "Kids see everything, even when you think we don't." Liam cleared his throat and spoke slowly into the mic. "Hi, my name is Liam Monroe. I'm 10 years old. I took a Greyhound bus from New York to come here, because I wanted someone to listen. My dad left us, but not in the way you think. He's still alive, still working, still pretending. He left with lies, with silence, with dinners missed, and promises broken. People were crying. I was sobbing. I'm not here to punish him. I just want to remind adults that when you lie, when you cheat, when you abandon the people who love you the most, it doesn't disappear. It lives in us. We remember everything." The fallout. By morning, the video had 27 million views. #Liam Monroe was trending globally. I received interview requests from every news network, from Oprah's team to BBC World News. Zachary tried to call. I didn't answer. Instead, I looked at Liam, now curled up in bed beside me, and kissed his forehead. "You did something the world will never forget," I whispered. "You spoke up when the president called." 3 days later, we received a personal invitation to the White House. Liam was to be honored with a Voice of Courage Award for advocacy and truth-telling. He stood beside the president in his tiny suit, nervous but proud. "Sometimes," the president said, "it takes a child to remind us what adults forget." Zachary watched the ceremony from his second apartment, alone. He called again. This time I answered. "Lillian," he said, "I never wanted this to happen." "You didn't want to get caught," I replied calmly. He was silent. Liam made the world listen. And maybe that's what needed to happen, for us to finally wake up. The world listened. 2 weeks after Liam's speech at the Supreme Court, everything changed. The video had reached 55 million views. Parents, therapists, authors, celebrities, even school systems were talking about it. Oprah dedicated a special segment titled, "What Our Children See," featuring a panel of kids whose families were broken by betrayal, silence, or secrets. And leading the segment, Liam, sitting calmly on that famous yellow couch, legs swinging, looking like a little ambassador of truth. I watched from the sidelines, tears constantly threatening to spill. When Oprah leaned toward him and asked, "Why did you do it, Liam?" he said simply, "Because silence doesn't fix anything." I didn't want to scream. I wanted to speak. Zachary's fall from grace. My husband, well, ex-husband now, lost everything. Zachary Monroe, a high-ranking financial executive, had banked his career on being the family man of Wall Street. After the video went viral and the truth about his double life emerged, his company launched an investigation. Isabel, the pregnant nurse he proposed to, left him the day after the broadcast. She said, "If he could hide a wife and a child, he could hide 1,000 things from me." He went from penthouses and tailored suits to crashing on a friend's couch in Queens, a man stripped bare. For a moment I pitied him, until I remembered the hundreds of nights I stared at the empty side of our bed. The apology that came too late. Zachary sent a handwritten letter. No text, no email, an actual letter. He wrote, "I didn't know who I was anymore, Lillian. I drowned in the success, and I let it make me a liar. I've watched our son speak more truth than I ever dared in my entire adult life. I'm ashamed. He asked to see Liam. I asked Liam, "Do you want to see your dad?" Liam hesitated, then nodded. "But not because I miss him," he said. "Because I want him to listen for once." The meeting. We met at a park. Zachary looked thinner, unshaven. He brought a small wrapped box with a blue ribbon. Liam stood in front of him, arms folded, his body tense. "Hi, buddy," Zachary said. Liam looked him dead in the eyes. "I'm not your buddy. Not until you earn it back." Silence. Zachary's eyes welled up. "I deserve that." Then Liam opened the box. Inside was a framed photo of the three of us, taken years ago at Disney World. Except Zachary had cut himself out of the frame. Liam had placed a note under it. "This is what we look like without your lies." Zachary broke down. Liam didn't comfort him. Not because he was cruel, but because children learn boundaries faster than grown-ups ever do. Campaign. Liam's story sparked a national wave. Parents everywhere were sitting their kids down and asking one thing. "What have I done that hurt you?" Therapists called it the Liam moment. Books were published. Schools began mandatory truth-sharing exercises. Social media was flooded with children telling their truths in letters, poems, videos. Liam and I were invited to speak at universities, TED Talks, even Parliament in the UK. But in private, Liam was still healing. I still caught him staring at his dad's side of the bed. He never slept on it. He said, "That side belongs to my disappointment. The boy, the book, the billboard." One night, as we came home from an event, Liam said, "Mom, I want to write a book." He called it, "When Grown-Ups Forget We're Watching." I helped him write it, but every word, every emotion was his. The book became a bestseller in 3 countries within 2 months. And one morning, as we drove through Times Square, we saw a massive billboard with Liam's face on it and the words, "This boy changed how millions of families talk. What will your child say if you finally ask them?" Liam looked at it, then at me. "Is it weird that I don't feel proud? Just tired." A father's last plea. Zachary wrote again, this time asking for one weekend, just one, with Liam. No media, no phones, just time to be a dad. I was torn, so I left the decision to Liam. He thought about it for days. Then one Friday night he looked at me and said, "Maybe he needs a second chance. Not to be my dad, but to be better than he was." So I agreed. Liam packed one small backpack. "I'm not bringing the photo," he said. "Not yet." The weekend, they went camping. No phones, no cameras, no bodyguards. Just the 2 of them in the Catskills. When Liam came home he said very little. But later that night, as I tucked him in, he whispered. He cried a lot. I listened. Then I told him, "Dad, love is not a speech. It's a habit." He said he'll try to build that habit. And then Liam did something that surprised me. He reached under his pillow and brought out the photo, the one where Zachary had been cut out. And this time, Zachary's picture had been taped back in. "I'm not ready to forgive him yet," Liam said. "But I'm ready to try." 1 year later, Liam was awarded the International Peace Prize for Children's Advocacy. He stood at the podium in Amsterdam, tall, calm, his voice stronger now. "Children notice. We notice your cold dinners, your broken promises, your whispering behind closed doors. And we carry your choices on our backs. But we also notice when you change. When you sit down and say, 'I was wrong.'" So, to the parents who want to fix it, it's never too late to become someone your child doesn't have to recover from. The applause lasted over 5 minutes. I cried the entire flight home. Zachary attended the ceremony quietly. He sat in the last row, clapping with pride but tears in his eyes. He was no longer the man who lived behind lies. He was a man learning how to live in the truth. Our final chapter for now. One night as I tucked Liam in. He was 11 now, taller, wiser. He looked at me and said, "Do you think this all happened for a reason?" I smiled, brushing hair from his eyes. I don't know. But I think you turned something painful into something powerful. He nodded, then whispered, maybe that's what heroes do. And in that quiet room, with nothing but the hum of the night outside, I realized something. My son had done what many adults never dared. He faced truth, spoke love, demanded accountability. And in doing so, he taught the world that silence doesn't protect families. It poisons them. 'Cause sometimes, when your husband isn't home, your son becomes the man you always needed. Wow, what a journey. If this story touched you the way it touched me, please let me know in the comments. Let's talk. Let's heal. Let's grow together. Sometimes it takes the courage of a child to expose the truth that adults are too afraid to face. And sometimes, the greatest heroes wear small shoes and carry broken hearts. Thank you so much for watching today's story. My husband wasn't home. You won't believe what my son did then. If you felt something today, if you were inspired, challenged, or even brought to tears, don't keep this to yourself. Share this video and let someone else be encouraged too. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another life-changing story from ZITA'S Stories. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and remember, your story is not over yet. God bless you. I love you all. Red Heart.